And the approval process is all configurable within the Compass solution. And you have several ways that you can send it out for approval. One would be based on the job number. So for this job number, you may have 3 individuals that always have to look at these invoices prior to being paid. So you can configure that for this job number. These are the 3 individuals that need to look at it. You can also link it to a dollar amount. So it may be that each approver has an approval limit. So let's say approver number 1 has a $500 limit, approver 2 has a $2,500 limit, and approver 3 has an unlimited approval limit. So if the invoice comes in for $1,000, once it reaches approver 2, who has a $2,500 approval limit, it doesn't have to go any further. Once that individual approves it, it's going to go back to accounting for approval process. We also have ad hoc routing. So you may have invoices that come into your system that are not linked to a specific job number. So again, those can be routed out based on the approver and the approval hierarchy, and maybe based on a dollar amount. So you've got various ways that you can route those documents out for approval. So this document has now been indexed, and now we're ready to send it out for approval. So once it goes into the system for the approval process, an email is going to be generated. It's going to go out to that approver and let that individual know that they have these invoices to be approved. One of the options within the Compass solution is mobile approval capabilities. So with a mobile app or a smart device, if someone is out in the field processing or working out in the field and doesn't have access to an office or internal to the system, through this mobile app, they can actually approve that invoice. So we're going to go into the approval process here. And we've got a couple of invoices here, so we'll pull up this first one. So the approver here can actually approve the invoice, or if that person needs to route it out to another individual for review, they have that capability. So I may be the individual that has to approve the invoice, but I want someone else to look at it, validate, acknowledge that they received the product or the service, and then send it back to me for final approval. So just like you have today, all of your rubber stamps will carry over. So here we want to stamp this invoice for approval. And so now all of this information is ready to go back to accounting and to be entered into their ERP system. So we're going to send it back now to accounting. And now we've got one here that's ready to be approved. So we're going to pull that up. So this document's ready to be approved. All the geocoding is in place. And what we want to do is to voucher that information within our ERP system. Now, one of the big things is we don't want to have to rekey information. So I'm going to go into the ERP system here, and we're going to drill down and we're going to process this document and this invoice. And what you'll notice here is on the ERP system, we now have this little icon. So what we have now done is image enable this ERP application. So now this icon is aware of the screen that we're on, it's aware of the fields that are available, and it's aware of the invoice that we're currently processing. So by simply clicking this button, it's going to bring all the information required from this invoice over to our ERP system so that we can voucher this invoice. So again, what we're doing is we're eliminating double keying of information. We're making sure that the two systems are in sync with this information.